Good afternoon, everyone. Gabe Velazquez here with you, transparenttradesolutions.com on a Friday. This is 7th March. The jobs number really didn't resolve much today. Let's get right into the charts. Again, subscribe to the newsletter. I'll be writing about some interesting stuff. Obviously, interesting week. Let's get right into the charts. Basically, I've been, again, in our members, we've been talking about a possible low short-term bottom coming in here simply because, sentiment has gotten really bearish. And I still think we got to wash out. You can see overall, just looking at the NASDAQ, which obviously is the key here, we basically haven't really, we kind of had a little false break here this morning, and now we're kind of just sitting still, largely meandering. Obviously we've rebounded, but this is not kind of the flush out I was looking for. The VIX is still sitting at elevated levels, but not. I was looking at this again with our members here as a possible maybe getting up to 28. The fact that the VIX is kind of jumping around and not getting a spike, that's what you need really to get the washout or the kind of capitulatory lows. We're seeing a chop even in the VIX, which is interesting. The S&P similarly is kind of sitting here trying to get broke that 200-day, which I did write about over the weekend, incidentally. So that whole thing, that's another thing I was talking about this morning with my members. If we break through that, that could be the washout. Everybody's been talking about it, and it's generally a false signal that you can rely on most of the time. You can also make the case that the S&P futures touch that level right there, and we're trying to get a little bit of a bounce here. But overall, I don't think we're, nothing's resolved. It wouldn't surprise me if we get a rally back up into the 5,800 level. Rates didn't move a ton today. They're actually starting to move higher a little bit. Didn't quite catch our level. Dollar did. This is kind of helpful, I think. Dollar's kind of pausing a little bit here. Again, oil and the energy stocks did better than most today, and that's based on the oil kind of bouncing off those lows that I've been talking about here at 66. And also nat gas looks poised possibly to break to above that 450 if we can get that thing going here. On a short term, we're kind of just consolidating. You can see here kind of in a range more or less 450 to 420. I was looking at this level down in here. Obviously, over the weekend we can get some movement here, a gap. Bitcoin, they have that Bitcoin conference going on at the White House right now. That is a mess. It's a chop, massive gaps and volatility. This is going to be great next week, I think, once we get through all this. I think there's another leg lower on Bitcoin, but we'll see. For traders, this actually had a couple of nice trades in here, but then it's getting into the mess again. So overall, I think no resolution to anything. We've got the inflation data next week, core PCE, CPI on Wednesday, which would be interesting. And then we got Oracle coming out on Monday. All the mega caps and all that just chopping around, just like the rest of the markets. Nothing really. Standouts were Apple still kind of holding firm. A lot of the energy shares. In fact, we're positioned to get long some of those energy shares next week. If you want some information on that, contact me at support@transparenttradesolutions.com. If not, have a great weekend, and we'll talk to you on Tuesday. Take care.